It tastes like hay and manure.
It's like a lemon some shit. It's not my favorite flavor, but it's fucking potent. It's like 98%.
It's not my favorite flavor, but it's affordable.
Holy fucking shit, Jesus!
Hi, I'm Ryan KRUESI, and this is KRUESI Originals. And I just smoked some hay and manure. Vaping? I don't know. But anyways, today we're putting shocks and shock sliders on our Build a Stunt Bike on a Budget. We're building a 02 fxdx into your entry-level shredder that we're going to be selling. And we're just putting all of our parts on it. So it's basically an install video series of all of our parts that you can put on a dyna. So today we're going to be putting, it has some slammed shocks on it that suck. If you haven't seen the other videos, I'll put a link up here. Maybe. I'm kind of figuring out how to do that on the other videos that you can watch and see the different steps of us building this bike. But it has some really slammed, like 10-inch shocks, I would say, on the back of it. So we're taking those off and putting fxdx 14s on the back that are coming off of this 04 fxdx that Rob Rax just bought. How many miles are on this thing, Rob? 15,000 miles. The thing is pristine. The shocks are like brand new. It's super cherry. We're putting some Legends 14-inch arcs on the back, the Revo arcs, the big baller shit. And we're going to take those DX shocks and put it on the back of this and make this a proper DX, because the stock DX shocks are really, really good, actually. They're always blowing and smoked, though. This is the first good pair we found in a long time. It should be really, really nice. Let me see those for a second. You got two bottoms here, numbnuts.
Huh? Good? Oh man, they're wrong.
No, they're not. You could just look at them. There we go. Thanks, sir. All right. KRUESI Originals top shock sliders that come with the inner spacer, outer spacer, hardware, slider doodad, all that fancy shit, and a sticker. And we got some bottom sliders. We're putting these on Rob's, and we're also gonna, this is what we're gonna be doing on the late model or early model fxdx over there. So let's get started. Like, subscribe, ring that bell, tell a friend, go to KRUESIoriginals.com. That's where you can get all this dope shit. So obviously the first step is take the old shit off. Yeah!
Is that it?
Yep. Nah, they're good for, which I'm gonna put her on maximum. God damn! Robert, come on over here, muscle. There you go. Go this way. Wow, dude, that's 20 years of being glued together right there. All right, here we are, KRUESI Originals. We're gonna put the top sliders in first because it is the easiest. These vary from model to model. It's like 06 to 08. Trent had the screw-in frame. 06, 07 does not have a nut. It bolts into the frame itself. Those are the only years. I don't know why. It was nice, but if the threads got fucked up, you're real screwed. Yeah, dude. So these, you just spacer on spacer, which I forgot a spacer. A lot easier than run the Legends because they got to be spaced so the shit can rotate, which makes it a bit of that shock. Chrome shit on the bottom and other things, got some rust on it. Red Loctite shock mount shocks, you know, they keep you alive and shit. Generous amount of red Loctite. Put the lock nut on the back, make sure it's the thin one like this, and torque these to 45 foot-pounds. These are our bottom shock sliders. I'm going to put one of these in the bottom, just get it set in there before I torque it to hold it where I want it to, so I don't put the bushings in the top of the shock in any kind of bind. So that guy's loose. Oh, Matt, work the jack for me. This was at 11.5 inches when it was jacked up. All right, keep going, long ways. Keep going, keep going, keep going, inches. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. A little more. One more turn. Whoa! Down just a hair. Perfect. Here's a big tip when doing rear shocks, always do the right one first. For some reason they always lay out a little bit taller, so that way you can use the jack to compress this shock so you can line that one up real nice and the hole slides in real gravy. That's fucking tight. That's a 1/2 inch bolt. It's 45 foot-pounds or tight as fuck. You also can't, you know, you gotta remember you're tightening this into Delrin too, so 45 foot-pounds is pretty good. I probably hit her at, I'm gonna say that was 52 right there. Pipes. Always torque the nut. You don't torque the bolt, you torque the nut also. And there should be a spacer on the bottom though, because that's fucking goofy. I take back what I said about that being the right length. This shit is good though. As far as like, when this stuff came out, this was the best shit you could get for a dyna at the time. Because usually they're fucking smoked because they're old and you can't get them rebuilt or anything. Actually, I think there is a dude that rebuilt them. That one,
Forgot his name.
American Shockworks or something.
And
Yeah, look at that. She got the maximum notch right there. You got some lift now, dog.
bars marked out for you.
Oh, beautiful. Come on over here, Matt.
I need more.
Oh, I got it loose. Stock spacer. Man, it's different with every pair of shocks you set one of these up on too. Because like we just set it up on Rob's, you got to run these and then you have to put a spacer on the inside small ones because the legends have to rotate. This, on the DX, they're really thin, so I have to use the stock outer spacer. But if you run like a stock regular shock, they're super thick, so these are all set up for stock shocks. So you got to kind of check this depth, make sure you got enough thread engagement. If you got some weird shit on there, you might have to change some things, you know. So yeah, see, I got the perfect amount of thread engagement right now. We run a thin lock washer or lock nut. But check this shit, because depending on what shock you have, you might have to move some stuff around, or you might have to get a different bolt. We set them up to work with legends and stock. If you're somewhat close to that, fucking dial, dog. Matt, get the phone! Hey, dipshit! Yo! Get the phone! Put it on. Hey, Rob, you're on phone duty! What do you think it is? Make a guess to yourself. 13.5 inches on the dot. So in closing, this is where we're at so far. Handlebars are done, triple trees are done, headlight is done, engine guard is done, sliders are done, rear shocks and sliders are done. KRUESI Originals air cleaner, points cover, our slider derby cover on the other side is done. We've got to put fresh fluid and gaskets in the primary. Front motor mount has been replaced. We still got to do the rear. We have a seat on the way from Saddleman. I'm going to build an exhaust for this. Probably next week, actually. That'll probably be Monday's project next week. We're really close. I gotta pull the wiring back through it, put a seat and exhaust on it. This thing's done. We got a bar pad coming, a black one, and I think probably some other little shit that I'm probably forgetting. We still don't have subframes in stock, so there probably won't be a subframe on this thing. I don't know where we're gonna get to those. We've got way too much other shit that we're trying to catch up on right now. But other than that, it will be for sale. Don't forget, once this is done, it's going to be for sale. It's an 02 fxdx. It's got 30,000 miles on it. It's very clean. The back fender has some blemishes, but I was going to cut those out and put a subframe in if I get one in time. If not, you can do that down the road. We're going to rip it. We're going to ride it. I'm going to test it. I'm going to have some fun on it. It's going to be a whole series. It's going to be done pretty soon. And if you haven't seen the other ones, check out the YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, tell all your friends. Go outside, have a good time. Keep living. Peace.